Hi, I'm Agnes. Welcome to my eclectic channel. One thing I've never done so far is to sew a garment from A to Z following a pattern. And today I've decided to take the plunge. The pattern I'm going to be using is the Bette pattern. It occurred to me that I should do one last fitting before I set in the zipper, and that was the greatest idea. I had some hunch as I did multiple fittings while putting this together, and it felt like the bodice might be a little too big. It was hard to tell because it's attached in the back, so until you put the zipper, you really don't know. So at any rate, I pinned the zipper in place. I tried it on, and yeah, the dress is too big around the waist. So I pinned the zipper to where it should be. So I essentially have too much seam allowance. I don't want to put my zipper up to the edge of my seam. That would make the dress too big. So what's going on is that at the bust, so at the neckline and the bust, I folded the 1.5 intended seam allowance and put the zipper, and that's okay. But by the time I get to the waist, I really need a 3 centimeter seam allowance. So it's 1.5 centimeter too big at the waist. Same on the other side. So I had a full 3 centimeter, over an inch of extra ease at the waist. This really is a dress that is meant to be fitted. I haven't tightened it up to the point where I can't breathe, but it's definitely too big if I leave it like that. So I must correct it. Now is the perfect time. What I'm going to do is I am going to seam rip. Seam rip. That's just a little bit. So I'm going to seam rip the skirt, separate it from the bodice by maybe 6 centimeters to 2 inches of the edge. That will free up the bodice. I am going to trim it by what it needs to be. So again, at the neckline it's good, at the waistline it isn't, so I'll taper it. And then I will gather the skirt a bit more so that it lines up again with the edge of the bodice, and stitch it back into place. And that's it. After that, we'll be ready to put in the invisible zipper. I need to put the overlocking back where I trimmed the bodice, the back of the bodice. I kind of feel like I'm a stickler on this. I did a lot of useless overlocking around the neckline and the armholes, but safe is better than sorry. And I've regathered and pinned the skirt, so I'm going to stitch that back into place. And I'll do the same on the other side. So finally, it's time to put in this zipper. So I watched a number of tutorials regarding invisible zippers, and one really good tip that I saw in only one of them is to press the zipper. So we want to, when you get the invisible zipper, the teeth are they're popping out, like they're curling. The edge where the teeth are is curling in such a way that the teeth are really popping out. And this will not allow us to put the line of stitching very close to the teeth where the line of stitching needs to go. So the trick is to uncurl the edge of the zipper where the teeth are and to press that as actually, well, as flat as possible, but completely flat, to get the teeth, essentially to roll the teeth onto the other side and then press that flat. I've pressed my zipper and now it closes a little strange. It's not flat anymore, but I'll trust that it will work out in the end. All right. So here I have the back opening of the dress, and I've unfolded the bodice. So I'm just dealing with the outer shell. The lining has been folded out of the way, and I need to set the zipper in. So this is where you gotta experiment this multiple times, maybe pin in place before stitching anything. So let me see if I can figure this out without watching the tutorial again. So essentially, identify the front facing of the zipper, like the part of the zipper that's supposed to be outside of the garment. So this being an invisible zipper, well, it doesn't matter if it's a visible or invisible zipper. Just find the little handle thingy, and that's the front of the zipper. So essentially it needs to go like this on my dress, except it needs to go on the underside and fold over. So if I do it like this, so if I put, front facing to front facing, so I got it. So turn the zipper upside down, so that now you have the back side of the zipper facing you, and lay it down on top of the dress. This is obviously the right side facing of my dress, and then lined it up. So here it's a little. There's two things that need to line up. One is how far from the edge I want to place my zipper. So this is where I did a fitting, and I need to put it the same way as I had it when I did the fitting, otherwise this will no longer fit. So remembering that this is a 1.5 centimeter seam allowance dress through and through, and I've lost all of my rulers. Remembering that, and knowing that the zipper is going to attach, like we'll put a line of stitching very near the edge. That was kind of the point of ironing. So this line here needs to be 1.5 centimeters away from the edge of the dress. So that's how this is going to line up this way. And another thing, this is kind of the confusing part. There is my zipper with the wrong side facing up. And here is my dress opening. And you don't want to put the zipper where it matches the sides. Not like that. No, I'm going to put where this side of the zipper goes like that. So I know my zipper is now not where it should be, but it's going to turn around. So I'm taking this edge of the zipper and lining it up with that edge of the dress. And I am putting that 1.5 centimeters away from the edge, like that. So now I can see like how much that needs to be offset. So there's one thing, and I kind of need to remember this spacing. Now, another consideration is, where do I put it? Sliding up and down. So here, you need to look at your invisible zipper very carefully, and you will see the stop. There's a little piece of plastic, that's the stop. That little piece of plastic needs to line up with the top of the dress. So this is where the lining is joined to the bodice. It'll fold like that, and so this would be the top of my dress. That little piece of plastic needs to line up with that top. So put all of the above together, line this up so that that piece of plastic lines up with the top of the dress. Then slide it, if you can see, slide it so that I am 1.5 centimeters away from the edge. A little more, like that, and I'll put a pin right there. It's my starting point, and I am going to work my way down and attach the zipper. Before I do that, as a double checking, I gotta see whether this will work. So again, I'm finding this so confusing, you guys, but dress rehearsal over here. So let me put a second pin and follow this closely. All right, so I put a second pin. Once that's stitched, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it. Now we have the zipper here, so it'll be folded like that, and hopefully it'll be very neat, invisible zipper. So I folded my zipper under, and then when it comes to the top, I will want to fold my lining over to meet the bodice. And it's looking like this will work. So let me bring the zipper handle up. I'm trying everything because I just don't want to screw this up. I don't want to do it twice. Like, I don't have the I don't have it in me right now. Okay. Should I pin this? Yeah. I'll pin this. And pull the zipper up and see what it looks like. If it'll go all the way up, if it'll be neat. It's a tight fit, but I think it's about right. So let me proceed with that. I'm gonna pin my zipper all the way down. Next time we continue with the setting of the zipper. It's a process. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like.